In this episode of Rob Christie Hike Across America, we leave our home state of Missouri, we cross the border, and we head on into the great state of Nebraska. We'll be taking a trip back in time at Toadstool's Geologic Park, as well as following in the footsteps of our forefathers down at Scotts Bluff National Monument. We'll also be visiting a Nebraskan icon. But first we have to stop at the courthouse, serve a little jail time. First state, Iowa. Gonna head into Nebraska here in about 2 minutes.
Welcome to Nebraska, the good life.
This place was called the Archway Monument. It actually has a museum inside. Runs about $12 per person. So we decided to skip this one this time. But our first stop, however, took us to a rock formation called the Courthouse and Jail. Now this area here seems to be the beginning of all the really cool stuff you start to see in western Nebraska. More Monument Valley style kind of bluffs, just in a prairie setting. Really cool, very beautiful. And in case you haven't noticed, my wife Christy followed me along on this trip as well. This place did have a pretty decent parking spot. It is on a dirt road. They do have some benches, but no restrooms. There is a small loop trail you can take, and there are some side trails as well if you want to explore a little bit more in depth. Unfortunately, this is not a wheelchair accessible trail. Very sandy, really rough, but you can enjoy it from the parking lot from a car. This is a nice, quick, easy trail. Now this larger bluff, I'm assuming is the courthouse, and the littler one, I assume is the jail. There are a few things I noticed going into Nebraska from Missouri, and that there is no humidity out here. But however, it is extremely windy. After serving our time at courthouse and jail, we quickly finished up and headed on down the road about 15 minutes to Chimney Rock. Now every state has its iconic monument. Here in Nebraska, this is definitely the one. So apparently you can't get any closer by car. There is a walking trail, but it does look like it was barbed wired off, and I wasn't sure if this was private property, and I didn't want to trespass on somebody else's land. Actually, I did. Christy stopped me from doing it. However, there is the Chimney Rock Cemetery right behind it, and you do get to go in there. Guess it's just for looks. Do some pictures with the flowers. We'll do some pictures with the flowers. Head up to the Chimney Rock Cemetery. You want the cemetery sign?
Yeah, just like read the wording.
This is the cemetery.
Only get buried here?
They're just dropping off flowers for an old relative.
Yeah, look.
Really old relative. I guess you could probably still get buried here. Now, apparently this cemetery is still in use today. I thought it was going to be all 1700s and 1800s headstones, but there's actually some more modern ones in there. Some as recently as 2020. 2020? That's like...
That's creepy. married June 16th, 1948.
In the next episode of Rob Christie Hike Across America, we continue exploring Nebraska as we drive to the top of Scotts Bluff National Monument. And then we explore the face of the moon at Toadstool Geological Park. So if you found yourself liking this video, you want to see more, like, share, subscribe. There's plenty of videos on the channel, more on the way. Till then, keep on hiking.